It's now time for a KBRF video sports streaming presentation. Today's game is brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. The Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Ottertail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. FM Bank. Service Food. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30 of Fergus Falls. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches Embroidery. Now let's head out for the pregame.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lady Otters Hockey on Channel 977. Mark Johnson along with you tonight here from Burnix. No, it's not Burnix Pepsi Arena anymore. It is Shields Arena. So as the Otters are taking on the Stormin' Sabres, and this is a conference game, a Central Lakes conference game, and also a Section 6A game now. We'll talk about the sections after a bit. But the Otters are coming off a nice 4-2 win against Wilmer, and that was last Thursday, 4-2 in that one. Getting goals in that game, Aubrey Nelson, Maddie Brimhall, Avery Tonniston, and Hannah Johnson. Olivia Jurgen stopped 22 of 24 shots in that one, so a nice game for Olivia and a good win for the Otters. The Otters opened up with a loss on Friday, November 7th to a good Marshall team. But this will be a good game here tonight as the Stormin' Sabres, they're coming into tonight's game with a record of 2-1. They lost their first game to Buffalo. That's North Wright County, 6-1. And then on the 11th of November, they beat Northern Lakes 5-2. And then another win here on last Thursday against Prairie Center, 14-0. But it should be a great night for some Otter hockey. Looking forward to this one. Billy Lammers is our cameraman and game site engineer. I'm Mark Johnson bringing you all the action. As our pregame show continues, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll hear from Otter head coach Isaac Vattenstall.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
It's Otter Girls Hockey tonight, Game 3 on Channel 977, also streamed on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel. I'm joined by Isaac Vattenstall. And Isaac, Game 3, let's go back to last week, a nice win over Wilmer, 4-2, and that was at home.
Yeah, it was nice, and it was nice to see it at home, like you said. Girls worked hard. There was a good atmosphere, a lot of people, so it was pretty fun.
A lot of different people got in the scoring column. Olivia Jurgens played goal in that game too. But just talk about your overall effort in that game against Wilmer.
Well, I think just like we talked about coming into the Marshall game, it's really who worked, kind of the hardest in the last 2 weeks, coming into that first tournament or first game. And when we came into Wilmer, we really stepped up. And I thought from what we practiced coming into that game, from the Marshall game, we really improved a lot. And there was snippets of what we worked on in practice coming into that game. So I thought it was good to see that.
And congratulations to get your first win, too. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It's good to get that one over with. Yeah, the first one's always the hardest. It seems like more emotions into it a little bit. But
now we take on the Storm and Sabres, Sauk Rapids and Sartell together. Interestingly enough, too, the sections have changed. St. Cloud is in our section. Sartell is in our section now as well, too. But what do you know about Sartell? Have you got a chance to kind of check things out a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that they've played a couple, three games, I think, as well. And I think I don't know a lot about them. If I'm honest, I'm coming into every single game just not really knowing a lot about any of the programs. So I really have to do my research ahead of time, see who the players are that are getting the points, the ice time, the goalies, really trying to make sure we're making adjustments throughout the game, a lot more than what you can do prior to, because I don't know enough about the programs coming into this first year.
They'll put a good product on the ice. I know that. Just talk about, too, some of the things you've been working on, kind of building foundations of things as well, just getting in and out here to Game 3. What are some things that have been areas of emphasis this last week?
Areas of emphasis has been breakouts, getting the wall off the wall, getting in the puck to the wall, off the wall. Yeah. There we go. And trying to get those wingers to come off strong and look at their options, because there's always 4 or 5 options every time, but it's trying to find that high percentage play. And really just keeping possession instead of just throwing the puck away. Mm-hmm. So we've really talked about that a lot and really just using our speed to our advantage. But it's hard to use your speed if you don't know where to go. So we're really talking about positioning, staying disciplined on the puck, and making sure that we can just keep that possession once we get it.
Hockey's a crazy game like that, too. You have structure, but within that, you have athleticism, too. There's kind of a balance, isn't there?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, 85% of the time, you got to be in a certain area, but 15%, 20%, you just got to play the game. You just got to go.
So just give me your reflections on a few weeks now. 2 weeks was practice, 3 weeks, but what's it been like for you? What's this been like being a head coach?
Oh, it's been great. It's been fun. The girls are a little bit different than the boys. I think that it's not the work ethic. Their work ethic is there. They're competitors, and it's fun to see, and I've had other people say that too, especially after that first game in Wilmer. But I like the in-between is a lot different than when coaching boys. Boys can be a little quiet and just nose grindstone and done, and girls are a little lighter, but they still work hard just the same. So it's fun. It's different.
All right, let's have a good one. Let's get a win tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Mark.
Isaac Vattensaw, head coach of the Otters, come back after this break.
The Chevy Red Tag sales event has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. You can take advantage of savings of up to $10,000 on the Chevy Silverado or great financing offers like 2.9% APR for 72 months. Contact the sales team at Minnesota Motor Company for details. Customer must take delivery by December 1st. Chevy, together, let's drive. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hey, we're back as our pregame show continues. Again, the Otters taking on the Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice Storm and Sabres. Again, a co-op between those two schools. I said I would talk about the sections and how that has changed here. Every 2 years, the high school league does resection. And the way the section is going to shake out now, Section 6A, Sartell is going to be in it with us, and St. Cloud, Fergus Falls, Prairie Center, and Northern Lakes. Those are your teams in the section. So some changes there as far as the section goes, and adding two, what I would say, pretty much double-A schools in St. Cloud and Sartell. But every 2 years, the high school league does shuffle the deck like that. Zambonis are doing their work. They're kind of getting things done here, getting the ice ready for this one. What an exciting JV game. The Otters tied the Storm and Sabres late in the game. Maura Franzen had a goal with 5.7 seconds left. The Otters were down 4-3, and that made it 4-4. And so what an exciting that was. They played a 5-minute running time overtime, and it was stayed a tie like that. Very, very fun game to watch. Jordan Anderson made some really nice saves in goal for the Otters in that one, and it was a lot of fun. Let's take a look at our line chart tonight. Fergus Falls with a record of 1-1. They're 1-0 in the Central Lakes Conference with that win over Wilmer, 4-2. First line tonight will be Hannah Johnson centering Aubrey Nelson and Ashlyn Wohlers. The second line will be Brenley Scholl centering Maddie Brimhall on the left and Avery Tonneson on the right. Anna Sam will center the third line, Ella Dirkman on the left side, Katie Bergen on the right side. Then the fourth line will be Ashley Duckwitz centering Claire Duffy and Abby Schumann. Defensive pairs tonight, Brinley Harris, freshman, has got an assist already this year, and Rachel DeBrito, Kenzie Zender and Shay Katzenmeyer, and Peyton Wolden as well. And the goalies Olivia Juergens and Ella Sim. Ella started the first game against Marshall, and Olivia started against Wilmer. Olivia Juergens will get the start in goal tonight. And again, the Otters had a nice win over Wilmer, 4-2. They opened up with a 7-0 loss to Marshall, but learning experience, learning time, and the likes. And it's, again, early in the season, but it goes by very, very quickly. It goes by super fast. Before you know it, you're to the Thanksgiving break, and by the Thanksgiving break, you've played almost 6 games in that stretch. I want to remind you, we will have Otter Girls Hockey Thursday night as the Wayzata Trojans from Section 6AA in the Twin Cities come down to take on the Otters, and that is at the Fergus Falls Community Ice Arena. That's a night game again, 7 o'clock, and we'll start the pregame show at about 6:45 or so. So come on out and cheer the Lady Otters on. The Otter boys will open up their season down in Marshall at Red Baron Arena, and the varsity will play it at about 2 o'clock in that one. That is not a broadcast game, but the Otter boys have had this will be their second week of solid practice. They had scrimmages this past weekend, and they're getting ready and tuned up for their 2025-2026 season. So it's an exciting, super exciting time of the year. And again, they've done some renovations here and did some different things at the rink here. They got some new glass up a few years ago, and especially they've added a rink. There was only one ice sheet here before, but they've added an ice sheet on the other side here, but they've made some nice adjustments here. And I have a different vantage point. Usually I broadcast right over the benches, and there's the official score table, and usually up above there. But with all the streaming and different things going on right now, there wasn't room up there, so I'm in the kind of the corner of the rink. It's not bad, though. It's really not bad. I'm up high, and again, it's a good vantage point for Otter hockey. So looking forward to this one. We want to get this one going and see how the Lady Otters do once again. So thanks for tuning in tonight on 977, also on the Fergus Now app. You know, you download that app and you just go and you can choose any station. If you want to listen, you can go to the sports streaming. You can hit that and boom, there's your game right there. Or you can go on the YouTube channel and just take some time or just search KBRF radio And there it is. It's now time for our Viking Cafe keys to the game, brought to you by the Viking Cafe. And I guess I was talking to head coach Vattenstyle on the pregame show, and he talked about they worked a lot this week on their breakout and making sure the wings are moving their feet, getting ready, finding, receiving the puck, catching it off the wall, and moving it up the ice. The other thing is playing with structure and also using their speed. The Otters have some pretty good speed on this team too, but it's kind of combining the structure and the speed and the athleticism with that, and then just to continue to improve and to play strong in the defensive zone. You know, a lot of times you think it's all about scoring goals, but there's a lot that happens in your D zone. That includes all 5 skaters on the ice and the goalie. Officials are out on the ice right now. The Otters will be out here in just a minute, and look forward to getting to watch this one. My wife Sarah and I just had a chance to go up to Brooks, Alberta, and watch our son Isaac play for the Brooks Bandits. That was a lot of fun, and we actually left Edmonton, Alberta this morning at 6 a.m. and flew back into town, had lunch with our son Andrew, visited my mom in Cambridge, and made our way over to Sartell. And so kind of a good way to wind up a busy day. So we were actually up and at 'em by about 2:45 a.m. this morning, so we will sleep good tonight, but a lot of fun. Hey, I want to remind you, during our game, we will name our Nelson, we have our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups in just a couple of minutes. We will have our Quality Player of the Game brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics, and, of course, our Park Region telephone scoreboard. So a lot of action coming your way on our late media stations here over the next weeks as we get into girls basketball kicking off shortly. And with that, the first broadcast of Lady Otter basketball will be Thursday the 20th, and that will be 2 days from now. Jason Retzlaff with the call of the Moorhead Spuds Fergus Falls game at the Gold Gymnasium. And then I mentioned Friday night we'll have Lady Otter hockey at home against Wayzata. And then we'll have more Otter hockey as far as the girls go next Tuesday. But the Otter boys open up this Saturday at 2 o'clock down in Marshall. That game was supposed to have been played on a Friday, but it's going to be a Saturday game. Now, again, that's a non-broadcast game right now at this point. But a lot of action coming your way. And, like, before we know it, we're to the Christmas tournaments and the like. And it's hard to believe that we're just about a little over a week away from Thanksgiving. We'll take another short break and come back with more on our pregame show.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Mark Johnson back with you at Shields Arena. Shields Arena here in Sartell. And again, a lot of anticipation here. Again, this is a section game. In the past, Sartell would have been playing in Section 8AA. They're playing in Section 6A this year along with the St. Cloud Crush. And again, St. Cloud Crush made up of St. Cloud Apollo, St. Cloud Tech, and St. Cloud Cathedral. And the Storm and Sabres, Sauk Rapids Rice, and Sartell. And you'll hear me talk about some of these co-ops throughout the time. And again, as Otter fans, we're very proud of our community and the product they put on the ice with just our single school and single community. So pretty exciting at that. Anticipating the entrance of the teams coming out on the ice. And they'll be out here in just a second. And again, they bring out the both teams and some young Sartell skaters. So Sartell's first out on the ice. And here comes the Otters. Otters are on the ice and taking a few laps here before we get things going. Again, this is a big game for the Otters, and it'll be a good test for them. And again, Sartell beat Northern Lakes 5-2. They beat Prairie Center 14-0, and they lost to Buffalo 6-1 to start things out. And so we're just about ready here for action here as I'll get things going here. Again, Otter Boys open up this Saturday down in Marshall. Can't wait for that one. And Otter Girls basketball coming up soon as well. And again, this is a Central Lakes Conference game, an important one at that. They're all important. And again, Otters looking to try to get back to the state tournament for the third consecutive time. It's now time for the Nelson Auto Center starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center. In goal, it will be LSM, Kinsey Zender, and Shea Katzenmeyer. And then Ella Dirkman. And also Avery Tonneson and Anna Sem to start here for the Otters. So starting in goal will be Anna Sem, and defensively it's Shea Katzenmeyer. On D, and Kenzie Zender, Avery Tonneson, and Anna Sem and Ella Dirkman. Starting in goal will be Abby Massman. She started all the games for the Storm and Sabres. And she's got a 2.67 goals against. She has one shutout against Park Center. And then number 22, Gisela Grams. And number 8, Aubrey Smith. And number 33, Abby Swanson. And one of the captains, number 4, Faith Torberg. And number 3, Lila Torberg. We will take a break and come back with a puck drop after this timeout. It's Otters and the Sabres tonight at high school hockey.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Here we're back and we're set to go here as the Otters are set to face it off here against the Storm and Sabres. And again, Fergus Falls with a 1-1 record, and the Storm and Sabres with a record of 2-1. So Anna Sem will face it off here against Lila Torberg. And we're going to be playing some hockey. Otters are going to be moving to the left on your radio dial around your screen watching this one. Off the face-off, it's controlled by the Storm and Sabres. Coming in on goal, first shot and a goal. Off the face-off. Off the face-off, Sartell scores, and it's 1-0. And it's number 33, Abby Swanson, with her fourth of the year, right off the face-off. It's 1-0 Sartell. And now Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Lila Torberg. I'm sure Torberg will get an assist. And here comes the draw. It's controlled here by the Otters. Here's Hannah Johnson. She'll tap it in. So the Otters start with a 1-0 deficit in this one. Played over the far side. Hustling after is Aubrey Nelson. Back behind the net. Hannah Johnson on the forecheck. In comes Aubrey Nelson. And the Storm and Sabres out to neutral. Picked up and sent in by Hannah Johnson. We got a change. Out comes Brindley Scholl. Avery Tonneson and Maddie Brimhall dumped in by the Storm and Sabres. They'll change here as well. Again, the Otters down 1-0, scoring right away a few seconds in, about 5 seconds into the game. Otters trying to play it out to neutral. Do so. Played along the boards. Brindley Scholl trying to get after it. Brimhall as well. Shea Katzenmeyer will ring it off the boards. Nobody home there. And that's going to be an icing call. No, they're going to wave it off. After it defensively, though, is Shelby Ombig. Ombig tried to play it over the far side. And Tonneson is there to pick it up. Kept in by the Otters. Backhanded there by Kinsey Zender. Rachel DeBrito out defensively for the Otters as well. Rachel will pick it up now. She'll go behind her own net now. Circles behind Anna Sem. Now sets it to Ella Dirkman. Dirkman couldn't handle along the board, sent out. And this will be an icing call against the Otters. Otters trying to stretch the ice and find Katie Bergeron. And we're going to face off in the Otter defensive zone. Unlike college or junior hockey, when you ice the puck like that, you can change. But the Otters will keep the same unit on the ice. Anna Sem, Katie Bergeron, and Ella Dirkman. Defensively, it is Rachel DeBrito and Brindley Harris. Off the faceoff, controlled by the Otters, but it kept in by the Storm and Sabres. Here's DeBrito with it now behind her own net. Caroms it back for Brindley Scholl. Picked up there on the far side by Swanson. And now Brindley Scholl tries to move it out, but after it now is Faith Torberg. Anison will play it out to neutral. And that's going to be an icing against the Otters. And we got a partial line change. So now we get a full line change. An icing call against the Otters. Kinsey Zender, Shea Katzenmeyer, Hannah Johnson, Aubrey Nelson, and Ashlyn Wohlers. Now Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against number 11, Caitlin Lindberg. And Hannah's going to win the draw to Katzenmeyer. Katz off the boards to Ashlyn Wohlers. Ashlyn tried to chip it out of there. Otters trying to move it out of their own end. Picked up now by Kinsey Zender. Now to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey will dump it in. Otters will go on the forecheck. Played behind the goaltender, Abby Massman. Picked up there by Hannah. Pinned up along the boards. Two Storm and Sabres on here. Aubrey Nelson with a good stick. Tried to get out to Wohlers. Broken up there. And away with the puck now come the Storm and Sabres. Played into the zone there by Vandenberg. Vandenberg behind goaltender Sem. Centers it out front, and it's going to go out of the zone. Otters will change here with 14:22 to play in the first period. Otters trail 1-0. An early goal in the first 5 seconds of the game by Abby Swanson. Back behind the net, Brindley Scholl with a hard forecheck. Maddie Brimhall Avery Tonneson and Brindley Scholl for the Otters. Brindley Harris will get it in over the line, but it's picked up there defensively by Olivia Schlecht. Now playing in the Otter end, Rachel DeBrito will hustle back after it, no icing. Rachel will scoop it up and accelerate back the other direction. Good speed by DeBrito. Older brother Michael plays ACHA Division I hockey at Liberty University. Taking off the puck there and controlled by Vandenberg. Plays it D-to-D behind the net. Now they play it to the far wing. Now DeBrito at neutral. Will send it in. The Otters will check back up. Now we're going to change here with 13.5 minutes to play, and the Otters trail by a score of 1-0. Up the near side now, right below us here is Lane with a puck. She'll play it in behind goaltender Ella Sem, picked up by Kinsey Zender. Zender now below the goal line. Caroms it off the board to Shea Katzenmeyer. Shea will calmly move it out. Headman pass to Katie Bergman. Katie will dump it in. Otters will go for a skate. Anna Sem after it, twin sister to Ella Sem. Puck comes out in the slot, and it's picked up in the other direction. Here comes Lila Torberg. Torberg gives it off to Swanson, who has the goal. Where's number 33? Shot on net through traffic. Puck out front. Shot missed wide right of the net that time by Lila Torberg. Comes out to the point. Storm and Sabres, one-timer fanned on and picked up by Katzenmeyer. Here goes Shea up the left side. She'll dump it in. Hannah Johnson, Ashton Wohlers, and Aubrey Nelson come on for the Otters. Puck down in the corner there. Hannah Johnson on the forecheck. Played out to neutral ice. Here come the Storm and Sabres. Over the line. Near dot with it now is Avery Kane. Shot there in traffic. Comes in on Sem, and she'll get on top of that one. And we're going to face off to her right. And a line change for the Otters. Avery Tonneson, Brindley Scholl, and Maddie Brimhall. 12-13 to play here in the first period. Otters trail 1-0. Off the face-off. Tonneson trying to move it out of her own end. Right in front of the Otter bench. Now Brindley Scholl will pick it up. Great power turn by, not Brindley Scholl, Brindley Harris, pardon me. Goes back out to the point. There's a shot from the point. Save made by Sem. Now played back out to the point. Winding now is Lindberg. And Avery Tonneson will pick it up. And she's bumped off the puck there by Olivia Schlecht. Played back out to neutral ice. Picked up by Kinsey Zender. Zender into the zone. Working against Schlecht. Kinsey will just go after it. Good skater. Older brother Caden on the Otter varsity team. They'll get going Saturday against Marshall. Now the Storm and Sabres will move it out of their own end. Good job by Scholl, though. Picked up by Katie Berggren. Katie will go back after it in the corner. Picked up defensively by McCormack. Storm and Sabres. Oh, good play kicked in by Ella Dirkman. Now it comes out to Shea Katzenmeyer. She'll skate it over the line. Shea through traffic. Driving towards the net. Good job there and good hustle that time by Ella Dirkman. She gets a shot on Massman. And Massman makes a save here with 11 minutes even to play in a 1-0 lead here for Sartell Sauk Rapids. Anna Sem will take the draw here for Fergus Falls. Face-off is won by Sartell. Left side pass. Vandenberg. Vandenberg into the near corner. Pulls it back up. Goes out to the point. Otters are there, though. Anna Sem played it into the corner trying to find a Breedle. Here's Rachel behind the net. Rachel to Ella Dirkman. Pops it off the boards. Comes out to neutral. And regroup here for Omvig. Omvig to the near side. Sends it in. And it's going to come in on Sem. She'll stop it and get on top of that one. 10.5 minutes to play here in the first period in a 1-0. Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice lead. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Lila Torberg. Right below us here. Face-off is going to be won by Fergus Falls. Kinsey Zender, Ashton Wohlers, clean exit for the Otters. They try to go rink wide, threw it out in the middle. Puck picked up here now by Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey walks in, sends a shot on that's high left of the net. Hannah Johnson on the forecheck takes the puck away. along the near boards. Puck out to neutral. Sent back up, picked up by Hannah. She'll backhand it into the corner, and she'll hustle back after it. Played behind goaltender Massman. They play D to D. Good forecheck. Good stick that time by Aubrey Nelson. And away with the puck now comes Sartell Sauk Rapids. Rice up the right side. Faith Torberg. Good defensive play there by Katzenmeyer. Now to Aubrey Nelson. Tried to play it along the boards. Katzenmeyer tries to move it ahead. Gets it to Hannah. Hannah up the left side. She had a goal in the Wilmer game. Over the line. Dumps it in. She'll get off. On comes Tonneson and Brimhall and Scholl. That's Brindley Scholl. Good poke check by Maddie. She'll send it back in. They want a free pass here for Schlicht. Out to neutral ice. Near side, Brindley Harris. Tried to get ahead to Scholl. Here's Scholl up the right side. Brindley with a shot and a save made by Massman. But a good opportunity for the Otters there. Probably one of the better opportunities here of the game as Scholl comes up the left side and dials in and sends one on Massman, and Massman makes the save. Tried to go 5-hole. Brindley will take the face-off, wins it, comes out to DeBrito. Here's Rachel. She winds, fires at a glove save made by Massman. So 1-0. The Storm and Sabres scored in that first 5 seconds, fourth of the year for Abby Swanson. 9:06 to play in the first period. Face-off, won by the Otters. Maddie Brimhall sends it out to DeBrito. Here's Rachel, center of the ice, shooting lane. Shot, good stick that time, though, by a number 12, Grace Steele, over on the far boards. Comes out to the point. Brindley Harris will play it along the boards. Pops out to neutral ice. It's picked up by Brindley Scholl. Back to DeBrito. Rachel will go for a skate. Here's Rach with it up the right side. She gets over the red lines. They're going to call an icing call on that. I thought she was over the red line. And so they'll bring it back here to the Otter defensive zone as Anna Sem, Ella Dirkman, and Katie Bergen will take the draw to the right of Ella Sem. So twin sister Anna will take the draw. 8:37 to play in the first period in a 1-0 lead for the Storm and Sabres. We have our Minnesota Motor period break coming up in just a bit. Off the face-off, it's going to be one here and controlled by Swanson. Out to the point it goes. Shot there through traffic. Blocked. Puck behind the net. Battle in the corner. Katie Bergman there comes out to the point, though. Shot there through traffic. Picked up by Shea Katzenmeyer. Shea gets it out the far side. Here's Ella Dirkman. Ella will carry it in over the line. And it comes out to neutral ice. Picked up by Kinsey Zender. Waiting for teammates to get on side. Good job by Zender. And she's going to draw a penalty here. The Otters are going to get a power play. So Sartell with a penalty here at 8:55 of the period. And it's going to be number 22 with the body check. That's Graham, so a check. And the Otters will get a power play opportunity here. Hannah Johnson, Ashton Wohlers, and Aubrey Nelson, Katzenmeyer, and DeBrito. Hannah wins the draw. Comes out to Rachel. Rachel out high at the point. Brings it over to the near side. She'll circle back. Now to Katzenmeyer. Near side for Hannah Johnson. Hannah will circle it back. Hannah along the near wall. Back out to Katz. Back to Hannah. Hannah walks in. Down below the goal line. Johnson with a puck in the corner. Still with it now. Johnson will settle it back out. DeBrito, one-timer tipped out front by Aubrey Nelson. Now Hannah gets it back. Here's Johnson with a puck along the far half wall. Out to Katzenmeyer. Now to DeBrito, another one-timer. Now Ashton Wohlers will pick it up behind the net. Bumped along the boards, no call. Puck kept, no, DeBrito couldn't quite keep it in. Goes D to Katzenmeyer. She'll bring it over the line. Now to Hannah Johnson. Hannah walks in, high slot area, looking for a shooting lane. Passes it left side to Aubrey Nelson. Here's Aubrey with the puck now in the corner. Brings it out to DeBrito. 7:06 to play in the period. Rachel, near side, Aubrey Nelson. Shot there in traffic. That's going to be blocked. Wohlers will pick it up. Oh, out to DeBrito, and it's going to pop out to neutral ice. Rachel turn and burn back the other direction. Here's DeBrito. She'll gain the line. Dropped it, though, but Sartell is there. Aubrey tries to keep it along the boards. The Storm and Sabres come back the other direction. Up the right side. Shot blocked by Katzenmeyer. Here's Hannah Johnson right below us. Makes a move along the right side. Hannah up the right side. Still with the puck. Going to pull it back up, but it's poke checked away from her. Sent but not out. Kept in by Kinsey Zender. Kinsey now to Hannah. Hannah, high slot area. Over to Maddie Brimhall. Shot and a save made by Massman. Otters getting some shots on. We got 14 seconds left in the one-man advantage. And Tonneson, Brimhall, and Brindley Show, along with Brindley Harris and Kenzie Zender on the draw. Sartell wins the draw, but it comes back out, kept in by Zender. And then it pops out to the blue line, so we'll get a face-off there. It held the line, but then when she was stick handling, it popped back over the blue line. 6:13 to play. .6:13 to play here in the first period. Face-off won by the Otters. Sent in by Rachel DeBrito. Picked up, though, defensively here by the Storm and Sabres. Now played ahead. Clark will play it into the Otters zone. We get an icing call here against Sartell. So an icing call against Sartell. So they'll bring it back in the Otter offensive zone. Face-off will be to the left of junior goaltender Abby Massman. So Brindley Scholl on the draw here for Fergus Falls. They trail 1-0 here. 5:57 to play in the first. Brindley Harris with a goal. Hey, all right, Brindley Harris from the point, and it's 1-1. Brindley Harris at 11:07 of the period. Harris with her first varsity goal. Gotta love that. Get that puck. It's really hard here to hear the announcement as far as the assists in that, so just bear with us. So Harris with a goal. That's 1-1 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Face-off, one. D-to-D it goes. Here's Rachel DeBrito. Near side pass to Brindley Harris. Centering pass for Brindley Scholl. Two Brindleys on the ice right now, Scholl and Harris. Back in over the line. And I think Tonneson and Scholl with the assists. So it's super, like I say, it's very hard to hear from here. Puck played back behind the net by the Storm and Sabres. We're tied 1-1. So Scholl ties it up, or Brindley Harris ties it up. Avery Tonneson and Brindley Scholl with assists. Here goes Brindley Scholl back the other direction. Up the left side, walking in, sends a shot on, and Massman makes a glove save. 5:05 to play in the first period. 1-1. Can the Otters give up an early goal? Scored by Abigail Swanson, and then Brindley Harris scores for the Otters. Sem, that's Anna Sem will take the draw here for the Otters. Face-off won by Fergus Falls. Katzenmeyer sends it behind the net. Little collision behind the net. Far side. Picked up by Anna Sem behind the net. Centers it out front. Popped over to the corner. After it there is Vandenberg. Kept in. Good second half of this period here for Fergus Falls. Here comes Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice. And they're going to be offside, so an offsides call. Here with 4:36 to play here in the first period. 1-1. Brindley Harris's first goal of her varsity career. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Memkin. Otters are going to win the draw. Brindley Harris, touch pass to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey up the left side. On the puck, backhands it out front, trying to look for Hannah Johnson on the back door. Here's Hannah with the puck, circles it back, still with it in the high slot, try to get over to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey tried to keep it in. Now Hannah will pick it up along the boards. Tap forward by Brindley Harris. Storm Sabres back the other direction. Here's Brindley Harris with it now. Puck out to neutral ice. Played off the boards. Picked up right at Brito. Let's fly here. Let's go. We come way back into the zone. Here's Aubrey Nelson. She'll send it. We'll get a line change here with 3:48 to play. All 5 changed for the Otters. Near side pass, Torberg. And with it now is Faith Torberg up the right side. Torberg walking in with a puck. Behind the net. Still with it. Plays it out to the far side. To Swanson. Swanson circles into the high slot. Shot on the ice, trying to get a tip out front from Lila Torberg. And Katzenmeyer will skate it up. Here's Shea. Up the left side, sends it in. Avery Tonneson will go back after it, along with Maddie Brimhall. And Brindley Scholl. Back the other direction. Here come the Sabres. Faith Torberg, centering pass, too far for Swanson. Rachel DeBrito with it. Chips it out, now to neutral. 3 minutes to play in the first period. Otters tied 1-1. And Otters will change here, and Rachel DeBrito will go for a skate. Rachel, left side, still on it. Bumped off the puck, goes into the corner, picked up there by Olivia Schlecht. Where's number 10? Pass out to neutral. Ella Dirkman is there. She'll send it in. She'll go on a forecheck. Ella with good speed. After it behind the net. Brindley Harris will send it along the boards. Try to find Anna Dirkman. Again, 1-1 is our score. 2:28 to play here in the first period. Katie Bergen circles back. Sends it up the boards to Anna Sem. Anna will send it in. Katie Bergren comes off. Aubrey Nelson comes off. Katzenmeyer and Zender on defensively. Here come the Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice Storm and Sabres. Played to the near side. Vandenberg, she'll dump it in. Zender will pick it up. Kinsey will reverse it. Here comes Aubrey Nelson as Hannah Johnson in front. Now Hannah will pick it up. Here's Johnson back the other direction. Still on the puck. To Aubrey Nelson. Sends one behind the net. Picked up by Hannah. Tried to stuff it in there on the side of the net. Massman made the save. And then we're going to get an icing call here against the Storm and Sabres. So an icing call against the Storm and Sabres. 1:32 to play in the first period. 1-1 is our score. Swanson scores for Sartell 5 seconds in. And Brindley Harris scores at 11:07 of the first period. Off the draw, it's going to be won by Sartell. Back behind the net. Played back in, kept up by Brindley Harris. She'll backhand it out front. Hannah Johnson, or Aubrey Nelson tried to get a stick on it. Now Hannah gets it behind the net. Good battle there. Played out front. Puck out high. Puck picked up. Here now by Harris. Got Hannah out front. One-timer, Hannah Johnson, and Massman makes the save. So a good pass by Harris. And Johnson with an opportunity, but a nice save by Abby Massman. Again, 1-1 is our score. And Brindley Scholl will face it off here against number 4, Faith Torberg. 1 minute remaining in the period now. 1 minute. Going to have our Minnesota Mortar period break coming up. There's a shot from the point. High deflection though in the slot. Maddie Brimhall, she winds. She fires wide right of the net. Brindley Scholl behind in the corner. Up to Katzenmeyer. Shot low on the ice by Katz. Picked up by Tonneson. Avery behind the net. Battling. And the puck out to neutral. Tapped out of there by Kinsey Zender. She'll send it in with 30 seconds to go in the period. Puck played back behind the net. Out front. Maddie Brimhall. Shot low on the ice. Puck to the right side. Battle for it. And a save made by the goaltender Massman. She lost her stick. 15 seconds to go now. Puck sent into the Otter zone. And where it's picked up and sent forward to Brindley Scholl. 9 seconds to go in the period. Comes Avery Tonneson up the left side. Battling through traffic. Or to the far side. And that will do it. That is the end of the first period of play. 1-1 is our score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Park Region service beyond connection. We'll come back with our Minnesota Motor period recap after this break.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Hey, Mark Johnson back with you. It's time for our Minnesota Motor period break. Again, Minnesota Motor Company on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Sartell got it going. They score 5 seconds into the game right off the faceoff, and is the fourth of the year for number 33, Abigail Swanson. And Lila Torberg with an assist on that one, made it 1-0. And then Fergus Falls comes back at 11:07 of the period. Brynlee Harris gets her first varsity goal, and that was assisted by Avery Tonneson and also by Brindley Scholl. And I don't have the shots right now. Again, they're you can't hear very good. There's no shots on the board, so we'll have to just kind of wait on that. But the Otters tie it up in that first period. So excited for Brindley Harris to get her first varsity goal. We're going to take another break as our Minnesota Motor period break continues. Again, it's 1-1 after one on our Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Welcome back to Shields Arena as our Minnesota Motor period break continues. Again, the Otters right now and the Storm and Sabres are tied 1-1. So 1-1 the score. Again, Brindley Harris ties it up at 11:07 of the period, assisted by Avery Tonneson and also by number 41, Brindley Scholl. So two Brindleys in on the scoring, that one and Avery Tonneson. So that was great to see. So the Otters right now regrouping, and they had a really exciting JV game as Mora Franzen tied it up with 5.7 seconds to go in regulation. They played a 5-minute running time overtime, and the score ended up 4-4. So a good effort tonight for the JV. Again, Ellie Anderson and Justin Arneson helping coach this year, along with first-year head coach Isaac Vattenstall. But the Otters got off to a unfortunate start to this one, as we lost the face-off, and then Sartell comes right down and they score right away. Fourth of the year for number 33, Abby Swanson. And again, the assist going to Lila Torberg. And then Fergus Falls comes back at 11:07 of the period as Brindley Harris gets her first of the year, assisted by Tonneson and also by Brindley Schultz. That's the way things stand right now. And again, the Otters looking to regroup here and get things going here in period number 2. We'll come back after this break with more here in our Minnesota Motor Period Break. It's the Otters and the Storm and Sabres tied 1-1.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Mark Johnson back with you. Here is our Minnesota Motor period break continues. Want to remind you, we'll have more girls Otter hockey on Friday night as Wayzata comes to town to take on the Otters, and that'll be on Channel 977, also streamed on the Fergus Now app or on YouTube. Just search KBRF Radio, and away you go. And then next Tuesday will be another girls hockey game against Alexandria at home, and then the girls basketball season, though, starts this Thursday, 2 days from today, as Moorhead comes to town. The Spuds will take on the Otters, and that is a 7:15 start and a 7 o'clock pregame show. Jason Retzlaff at the call of that game, too. So we're in the thick of it here, and looking forward to all the winter sports, all of them getting underway. The Otter boys will open up Saturday against Marshall. They had a very productive scrimmage last Saturday, and they're going to head down to Marshall to Red Baron Arena as Mike Donahue's team will take on Marshall. So we'll see what Marshall has. Their girls team, the Marshall girls team, I think rated 5th or 6th in the state right now, beat the Lady Otters 7-0 in that first game. Just a reminder, too, the Otters are without Brooke Zierden, who's been injured. She's one of the seniors on this team, has been playing for a long time and a real tough, strong defender, but we're missing Brooke and looking forward to getting her back in the lineup here fairly soon. We'll take another timeout as our Minnesota Motor Period Break continues. Right now, the score after the first 17 minutes of play, Sartell 1, Fergus Falls 1. Park Region, service beyond the connection.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Mark Johnson back with you. The ice is all ready to go, and we'll get this second period underway. And let's see if the Otters do start this second period better than they started the first period. Again, it was just a quick goal in that one, and made it 1-1. Again, Scholl assisting, and Avery Tonneson on Brindley Harris's first of the year at 11:07 of the period. So the Otters answered. There was one penalty in the first period, one power play, and that was to no avail here for the Otters. So they're kind of things like that you work on as you move through the season here and kind of get your special teams going. And it's a huge part of the game. And the penalty kill and the power play is just a massive part of the game. You know, if your power play is at, let's say, 25%, and there's, 4 penalties in a game or 6 or something like that, you score on one of those, and you get 4 goals. It's a lot of times 25% of your scoring. Just simple math like that, but power plays and penalty kills are massive. So the Otters have not been penalized in this game thus far. And so, again, great crowd on hand, people traveling here from Fergus Falls. And, again, the ice is ready, and we're set to go here in just a minute. I want to remind you that tonight's game is also brought to you by Running Stitches Embroidery. Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. In our post-game show, we'll name our Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. We'll take one more short break before we drop the puck on period number 2 before the teams return to the ice. Again, 1-1 is our score after one period of play.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Hey, we're back here. Both teams back out on the ice. And, again, broadcasting my vantage point here is in the far corner of the rink. And, again, I'll be in the good thing is I'm in the this time the Otters will be in the offensive zone. I want to see that puck go on the back of the net. And, again, the Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice Storm and Sabres will be attacking to the left. And, again, the Otters to the right. So the Otter girls aren't back on the ice yet, but the Storm and Sabres are out here. And here we go. We're set to go. Out come the Lady Otters. And we're going to get her rolling here again. 1-1 is our score here on the Ottertail Telecom Park Region telephone scoreboard. Again, 1-1 is our score. Rachel Labrito, one of the captains, along with Hannah Johnson, are giving high fives on the way out of the ice. And then Rachel out on the ice. And again, we're set to go here. We're going to drop the puck. 1-1 is our score. Swanson scores 5 seconds in for the Storm and Sabres, and Brindley Harris scores at 11:07 of the first period. That's where things stand right now. And we're going to get things rolling here. And again, the Ella Sem has played well in goal. Abby Massman as well. Both played well in goal. And we're going to drop the puck and get her going here. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Lila Torberg. Face-off won by the Otters. Picked up by Rachel DeBrito. She'll gain the line and send it in behind Massman. Taps it with her stick. Picked up defensively there. Good forecheck by Ashton Woolers. Now they go D-to-D behind the net. Picked up by Grams. Good job by Ashton Woolers. Aubrey Nelson comes in. Aubrey centers it out. Trying to find Hannah Johnson, a one-timer. And the save is made. We'll get a look at that one on the instant replay. Good job by Nelson finding Hannah. Comes in for the one-timer. And Massman makes the save. Face-off will be to the left of Abby Massman. Johnson will take the draw against Lila Torberg. Maybe on the right side now. They'll move the face-off over to the other dot. Otters going to win the draw. Comes out to DeBrito. Now to Brindley Harris. Sends over to the near corner. Goes over to the far side. Hannah Johnson will pick it up. Hannah right in front of the net. Backhand. Shot save made. Good pressure by the Otters. Lila Torberg will pick it up now. Puck picked up there by Aubrey Nelson. She's bumped off the puck. Here's Wohlers. Backhand out front. Hannah Johnson came in the slot. Aubrey Nelson now to Hannah. Backhand. Save made again. And they're going to simply ice the puck. They're going to say it went off an Otter, but good pressure by that Otter first line. And here comes Brindley Scholl. Avery Tonneson. Here come the Storm and Sabres, though. And Maddie Brimhall joined her line mates here. Maddie's on now. Here comes Sartell walking in. Shot and a save made by Anna Sem, and she'll get on that one calmly. So a good start to this period for the Otters. Good pressure by the Otters. The line of Johnson, Nelson, and Wohlers, they had about 3 or 4 shots on goal there. Working in that dirty area of the ice, right in front of the goalie. That's where you're going to score goals. There's a deflection up and out of play. And so the face-off will be to the right of Ella Sem. 1-1 is our score. Brindley Scholl will take the draw. And she will win the draw. Otters go D-to-D, comes over to Maddie Brimhall. Now it's chipped forward now to Brindley Scholl. Here's Brindley. She'll skate it up. 2-on-1 opportunity. Brindley right side with it. Pulls it back. Sends it over to the far side. Katzenmeyer. Here's Shea with it now. She'll send it back to Maddie Brimhall. Puck behind the net. Picked up now. Trying to move it out is Omvig. Good play there by Avery Tonneson. Avery steals it away. Omvig with the puck now. Rings it off the board. Skips over to the near side. Picked up on the half wall by Steinberg. And it's sent out to neutral. Good start to this period for Fergus Falls. Otters will send it back in. Get a line change. And they're gonna say no icing as the Kenzie Zender will retreat. Otters need to stretch the ice here on the change. There's nobody's out by the blue line. Puck picked off there by the Storm and Sabres. On the forecheck is Lindberg. Comes over to the far wall. Sartell keeps it in. Centering pass. Shot. Save made by Sem. Good save that time by Ella Sem. A little pressure here now. A little push here for Sartell Sauk Rapids. Puck out to the point. They play along the boards. They go behind the net. Kinsey Zender is there. She's bumped off the puck. Comes out of the point. Played back. And picked up now by Annisem. Otters are feeling some pressure here, and that's sent out to neutral ice. Picked up by Giselle Grahams. She'll skate it up. Grahams up the left side. Slap shot to goal. A hard slapper, clap bomb. Sartell on the board at 3:06. And it is number 22, Giselle Grahams, with her 5th of the year. That was a hard shot. Just got over the line, wounds up, and beats Sem over her left shoulder. 2-1, Otters trail here on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Johnson on the draw here against Torberg. Controlled by the Otters. Sent forward. Ashton Wohlers tried to play it ahead. Otters go on the forecheck. Back behind the net. Hannah will pick it up. Aubrey Nelson with an L. Aubrey behind the net. Puck still behind there. She battles. Sends it out front. Looking for Wohlers. And away with it now comes number 33, Swanson. Swanson up the left side. Sends one on net. And a glove save made by Sem. Otters will change lines now. All 5 skaters. Brindley Harris, Brindley Scholl, Avery Tonneson, Shea Katzenmeyer, and Kinsey Zender. On the draw, it's won by Sartell, Sauk Rapids. Just so many co-ops. Puck picked up. Nope, kept in now. Swanson with a short pass. Walking in, back door. Tic-tac-toe. Lila Torberg from 33 and 4. Faith Torberg will get an assist, as will Abby Swanson. And the second of the year for Lila Torberg. Time of this goal comes at 3:49. So Sartell now makes it 3-1. Anna Sem will take the draw. Face-off won here by the Storm and Sabres. And we're going to get a penalty on the Otters, I believe. No, it's going to be on Sartell. So Sartell, tripping penalty at 13:55. And it's going to be on number 13. That is Natalie Steinberg. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Caitlin Lindberg. Otters are going to lose the draw here, and the puck is going to be iced. DeBrito is going to hustle back after it. Anna Sem will jump on top of that. Get a face-off in the Otter defensive zone. So the Otters give up 2 quick goals. One at 3:06, one at 3:49, and it's 3-1 Storm and Sabres. Otters are going to control the draw. Katzmeyer, Aubrey Nelson, up to left side. Aubrey is going to gain the zone. Knocked off the puck. Puck behind the net, picked up by Hannah Johnson. Hannah out front, looking out front, gets the puck, try to get it back. Sent. And just out of the zone, picked up by Katzenmeyer. Now to DeBrito. Along the near boards to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey will gain the zone. Taps it, but he gives it right to Sartell. And they'll send it back into the Otter defensive zone here. 1:05 left in the one-man advantage for the Otters. They'll reverse it to Brindley Harris. 5 of us. Oh, it comes right out front. Shot and a save made as they rung it off the boards, and it came right out front. Here's Ashton Wohlers. She'll skate it up. Gains the line. Sends it in. Maddie Brimhall go back after it. Maddie strong on the puck. Right below us here. In comes Avery Tonneson. Over into the corner. Tonneson will pick it up. Here's Avery with the puck now. Out high. Kinsey Zender sends one on net. Shot save made. Rebound and a goal! On the rebound! Brindley Scholl makes it 3-2. Shot came from Zender. Scholl with the goal. And the Otters make it 3-2. First of the year for Brindley Scholl. We'll see if Brimhall and Zender get assists on that. And it's 3-2. So the Otters with a power play goal. And the time of this goal is going to be 5:26 of the period. Face-off is going to be won by Sartell. Sent back in over the line. Good job by Scholl, just picking up some stuff right out in front of the net. Here's Rachel DeBrito with the puck now. Plays it off the boards, but not out. Played back in by Sartell. They'll play it deep. So it's Kinsey Zender and Maddie Brimhall with assists, and Brindley Scholl with the goal for the Otters. And we'll get an icing call on Fergus Falls and a D-zone faceoff. So 3-2 is our score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Otters trail by 1 here. 11:10 to play in the second period. Face-off is going to be won by the Storm and Sabres. Shot there, blocked nicely by Ella Dirkman. Puck played back. Now Brindley Harris will pick it up. She'll kind of look for a passing lane. Finds Katie Berggren. Katie will play it over the line in the high slot. Looking for it. Kicks it with her forward with her skates. Goes over the far boards. DeBrito will keep it in. Anna Sem battling on the boards. Picked up along the far boards by Bria Larson. Out to neutral. And picked up here now by Hill. Or pardon me, by Lila Torborg. Otters will play it back over the line. Hannah Johnson bumped off the puck. Stays on it. Comes in. Backhand. Good strong play that time by Johnson. Played over the near side. And out to neutral ice. Faith Torberg. She'll send it in. Sartell changed all 5 players. Or 4 of the 5. Otters trying to move it out. Battle along the boards. Who's going to win the puck battles? Comes out to the point. Shot there and a save made by Anna Sem. So Sem makes a save here with 9:59 to play in the period. 3-2 is the score. Otters trail by 1. It was 1-1 after 1. Then the Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice went up 3-1, and the Otters answer with a Brindley Scholl goal. Otters win the draw. Near boards, but not out. Tap forward, far side. Hannah Johnson will tap it forward with Aubrey Nelson. They'll play it in over the line. Aubrey will go down deep. Now behind the net. Played over the near side. Hannah comes over along with Aubrey Nelson. Battle for the puck. Aubrey wearing number 10. Her brother Braden's number. Switch numbers this year. Was 26 last year. Comes out front. Puck near side. Sent but not out. And now it's going to be moved out of the zone to neutral ice. Sent into the Otter zone. Some good physical play along the near boards. Picked up by Wohlers. Ashton Wohlers tried to get it ahead to Maddie Brimhall, but it's picked off and played over the line. Offsides there. Gisela Grams. She had that second goal, her 5th of the year. The Storm and Sabres put up some big numbers against Prairie Center, 14-0. So face-off and neutral ice won by the Otters. Tonneson pinned up along the boards. Avery trying to move it forward. Good job by Tonneson. Gets over to Maddie Brimhall. She's checked off the puck. No call there. Puck picked up by Brindley Harris. Harris will send it in. Otters will go on the forecheck. Now skating out of there with it now is Gisela Graham. She's got good speed. Wow. Just blowing around the Otters here right through traffic. Played over to the near side. Boy, she has a big, hard shot, too. Very good player. Otters trying to move it out. Here's Brimhall. He'll play it along the boards. No icing. Brindley Scholl and Avery Tonneson will go on the forecheck. Right behind us here. Puck behind the net. Trying to dig it out. And it's dug out of there and played up the near boards by Abby McCormick. And then out to neutral. And we get an icing call here against the Storm and Sabres. So an icing call against the Storm and Sabres. Otters trail 3-2 now. And face-off will be in the Otter offensive zone. The Otter third line against the first line of the Storm and Sabres. Off the draw, picked up by Ella Dirkman. Ella walks in, high slot area, tried to play it through traffic. Kinsey Zender went after it, and it's picked up by Swanson. Here's Swanson for the Storm and Sabres. Left side, goes now below the dot, below the goal line. Behind Sem, still on the puck, on her backhand. Sends it back down below the goal line. There for Faith Torberg. Faith Torberg with the puck. Sends it out front, but Ella Dirkman is there. Can't move it out. Lila Torberg plays it. Now to Faith Turberg behind the net. Looking for somebody out front. Otters trying to jam things up defensively. Puck played into the slot and picked up by Katie Berggren. Here's Katie up the left side. And we have an offsides call. And so a line change here for the Otters. And Storm and Sabres. Faceoff will be at center ice. 3-2 is our score. Otters trail here by 1. 7:23 to play in the second period. Otters are going to win the draw. Rachel DeBrito picks it up, plays over to Brindley Harris. Here's Brindley Harris. She'll skate it up. Brindley will carry it in over the line, kick it forward. Hannah Johnson plays it in deep. Otters will go on the forecheck. Over on the far side. Played along the boards, out to neutral ice. Tapped out of there by Brindley Harris. And played over the line by the Storm and Sabres into the high slot area. Shot there, missed right of the net. Kind of a hot rebound, came back out of the slot. Boards are just really, the pucks are really jumping off those boards. Now DeBrito goes after it behind the net. It's picked up by the Storm and Sabres. Puck on the side of the net. Hannah Johnson will pick it up. She'll try to chip it off the boards to Aubrey Nelson. Now it's picked up by Brindley. So we need to stretch the ice some here. We're just all packed in our zone. Brindley Harris gets it out to Hannah Johnson. Hannah will send it in over the line. Line change for the Otters. Ashton Wooler's still on, though. On comes Brindley Scholl and Maddie Brimhall. Scholl with a goal, the third goal here for the Otters. Otters send it in on goal. It's stopped by Massman. Picked up defensively there by Clark. Played but not out. Here's Avery Tonneson. Avery with a good shot. Rebound, Juicy. It was loosened out front. Scholl tried to get a stick on it. Tonneson will pick it up again. Avery walking in. Low shot. Rebound right side, but it's cleared out of there by Lila Torberg. Good job that time by Avery and Brindley. And Maddie, this line having a good shift. Katzenmeyer will send it in. Good job. Shea caught that one like a soccer ball and kept it in. Avery Tonneson battling behind the net. They played over to the near side. Back behind the net. Katie Berggren, but circling out of there is Swanson. But it's picked up by Anna Sem. She'll backhand it back into the zone. Ella Dirkman on the forecheck. Otters with some good pressure here from the third line as well. And then Sartell simply ices the puck. You got to love to see that. And we're going to face off in the Otter offensive zone. 5:13 to play in the period. We're in the second period. 3-2 Otters trailing in this one on the Park Region scoreboard. And Anna Sem will take the draw here against Caitlin Lindberg. Face off. It's going to be won by Sartell, but it comes out to the point. DeBrito plays it back along the near or far half wall. Played back behind the net to the near side. Ella Dirkman with a forecheck. Out to the wing it goes. Good play by Brindley Harris. Puck played back below the goal line. Now Harris with it again. She'll lock and load. There's a shot, and Massman makes the save. 4:50 to play in the period. In the second period, Otters trail 3-2 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Otters first line out on the ice, and Storm and Sabres will change lines here as well. Or D partners anyhow. Hannah Johnson on the draw here against Lane. Otters control the draw. Puck along the near boards. Tap there. Battle for it. Good sticks by the Otters. Ashton Wohlers along the near boards. Trying to play it out. Tried to find Aubrey Nelson. Played it over the line. It was tipped though by Aubrey. Otters go on the forecheck. Puck behind the net to the near side. And an icing call here on the Storm and Sabres. So with 4:21 back, they'll bring it back in the Otter offensive zone. Avery Tonneson, Brindley Scholl, and Maddie Brimhall for Fergus Falls with 4:21 to play here in the second period. Brindley Scholl on the draw here against Cameron Lane. The left goaltender Massman. Sartell is going to win the draw. Played out to neutral. And up the left side with it. Good defensive play by Brindley Harris. Puck comes into the slot, but it's picked up by Maddie Brimhall. Maddie at neutral. Still with the puck. Going to gain the zone. To Tonneson. Back towards Maddie. Brindley Scholl in the slot. Avery Tonneson. Avery with it. Out to the point, but it's going to be picked off there by Lane. Lane up the right side. Gains the red line. Sends it off a line change here for the Storm and Sabres. Otters will move it up. Katie Berggren taps it in. Good job by Katie. Good strong forecheck by Berggren over the far side. And out. Exit. Torberg. Lila Torberg. Tried to center it there. Good defensive play by DeBrito. Comes out to neutral ice. Hannah Johnson on. Ella Dirkman on. Puck over the line into the outer zone. And it's taken away by Swanson. Swanson up the right side. Still with the puck. Through traffic. Picked up momentarily. Shot to the far corner. Played behind the net. Pops over Brindley Scholl's stick. Comes out high. Right side pass. Save made Anna Sem. 3 minutes to play in the period. 3-2 is our score. Puck behind the net. Rachel DeBrito now. Here's Rachel. And they're going to say it was tipped, so no icing. Massman comes way out. Otters come on a forecheck. Behind the net, Hannah Johnson picks it off. Here's Hannah with it. Turns to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey battling in traffic. And back comes Swanson the other direction. Good play by Aubrey Nelson. Swanson, pass out. Shot there, and a good stick by Aubrey Nelson. Goes up and out of play. Good job by Aubrey getting a stick on that one. 2:27 to play in the period. Face-off will be to the left of goaltender Ella Sem. So Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Caitlin Lindberg. Face-off won by the Storm and Sabres. 2:22 to play in the period. Hannah Johnson behind the net will pick it up. Back over in the corner. Shea Katzenmeyer. Puck along the side of the net, comes out into the slot area. Shot there, and a save made by Sem. Anna Sem with a nice save. Again, 3-2 is our score here with 2:09 to play in the second period. Otters down by 1 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Want to remind you in our post-game show, we'll bring you our quality Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Lake Country Graphics and Quality Toyota. 2:09 to play in the period. Otters trail 3-2. Here's Avery Tonneson, though, along with Maddie Brimhall. Maddie Brimhall up the side, walking in. Maddie walks in and scores! Maddie Brimhall takes it to the house and scores for the Otters at 15 minutes of the period. Brimhall accelerates. Her and Tonneson were heading in, and Maddie goes in and beats Massman on the low blocker side. 3-3 is our score. Time of this goal, 15 minutes of the period. So Maddie Brimhall with a goal for the Otters. And that is Maddie's second of the year. Minute 56 to go in the period. DeBrito with the assist. Brimhall with the goal. Way to go, Maddie. 3-3. Otters are going to clear it, but it's going to go into the Storm and Sabre bench. They were the minute 38 to play. Face off in the defensive zone. So 3-3 is our score. Let's put another one up here before the end of this period. So the Otters getting goals tonight so far from Brindley Harris, Brindley Scholl, and Maddie Brimhall. Face-off is won by Fergus Falls. They play it around to Ashton Wohlers. Ashton trying to play it along the boards. Katzenmeyer comes in. Hannah Johnson tries to tap it out. She's battling on the boards. Pinned up along the boards, dug out of there by Wohlers. Now sent back in behind Anna Sem. Picked up by Kinsey Zender. Kinsey will reverse it to Katzenmeyer. Now to Ashton Wohlers. Ashton trying to move it out. Far side to Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey going to gain the zone. Along the far boards. Hannah Johnson picks it up along the boards. Now to Aubrey. Aubrey back to Hannah. Hannah sends it over to Ashton Wohlers, who just missed. Ashland behind the net with it. Good pass by Hannah to Ashland, and Ashland had a good opportunity there. Here comes Faith Torberg. Poke checked away from her. Sent forward. Here's Ashland Wohlers. Ashland gains the line. Drop pass. Nobody home there, but it's picked up now by Hannah. Here's Hannah. Walks in high slot area over the top of the net. Rips one toward the net. Aubrey Nelson towards the net. To the near side. Otters continue with pressure. Down to Hannah. Near corner. She's upended right below us here. Puck comes out to Ashton Wohlers. Maddie Brimhall out to the point to Brindley Harris. One-timer for DeBrito. That missed left of the net. Otters are buzzing. Here's Hannah with a puck. She'll keep it down low. Down the corner. Walks in. Out to DeBrito. Low on the ice. Shot and a save made. Oh, man. Otters with the heat on in the kitchen. Stove in the oven, the microwave. It's all, and they clear it. That's the end of the period. Hey, that was a good period for the Otters. Just about cashed in late, too. 3-3 is our score. After 2 periods of play, we'll take a break and come back with our Minnesota Motor break. Minnesota Motor Company on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Right now, the score after 34 minutes. 3-3 is our score. Park Region, service beyond the connection.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Hey, welcome back to Sartell. What a period for the Otters there. Again, I don't have the shots here. They're not up on the board, or we have nothing official to go by with that, but the Otters with an excellent period of hockey that time. 3-3 is our score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. It was 1-1 after 1. Let's recap the scoring in this one in the period. So Sartell gets on the board at 3:06 of the period. It's the 5th of the year, and a hard slap shot from number 22, senior Gisela Grams. It was 2-1 at that point. Sartell makes it 3-1, and we're starting to wonder how this is going to go, but that happened 43 seconds later, and it was the 2nd of the year for Lila Torberg, assisted by Faith Torberg, and also number 33, Abby Swanson. So 3-1 at that time. Then the Otters answer, though. Brindley Scholl's 1st of the year, assisted by Kinsey Zender and also by Maddie Brimhall. Again, that was a power play goal that made it 3-2. Then the Otters tie it up 3-3 at the 15-minute mark of the second period, and it was a 2nd of the year for Maddie Brimhall, assisted by Rachel DeBrito. Again, I don't have official shots on goal at this time, but at the end of the period, the Otters were really taking it to Sartell Sauk Rapids Race. They had the Storm and Sabres on their heels. There's no doubt about that. So some good momentum here, a good push by the Otters late in the period. We'll take another break as our Minnesota Motor break continues. Minnesota Motor Company on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. 3-3 is our score in the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Welcome back to Shields Arena. And again, the Otters tie it up. A late goal by Maddie Brimhall, 15 minutes into the period, and that was assisted by Rachel DeBrito. So a good clear by Rachel, and Maddie picked it up and took off with speed and scored it, making it 3-3. And the Otters, with a really, really nice period, that second period of play, they got down 3-1 though and battled back the second 7 or so minutes, the last 7 minutes of that period. They totally dominated Sauk Rapids race at the end of that period. They kind of got the wheels really turning, their motors going there, and did an excellent job in that one. So the Otters lead it. I mean, they were tied 3-3, and just thinking about the start of the winter season, sports season, but what a great fall with the swimming and diving team, cross country, girls tennis, Otter football, all qualifying for state competition. So to all our coaches out there, what an awesome fall that was, and just all the different activities. And looking forward to this winter too, and a lot of fun at that. Again, Running Stitches is your local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. Let's recap the scoring again in that period, as the ice is all done and we're set to go here. But Sartell scored to make it 2-1, and that was at the 3:06 mark of the period, and it was the 5th of the year for number 22, Gisela Grams, and that made it 2-1. Sartell comes back then 43 seconds later. 2nd of the year for Lila Torberg, assisted by Faith Torberg, and number 33, Abigail Swanson, made it 3-1. Then the Otters get a power play goal at 5:26. 1st of the year for Brinley Scholl, assisted by Kinsey Zender and also by Maddie Brimhall. That was a power play goal. And then at the 15-minute mark, with just 2 minutes left in the period, Rachel DeBrito finds number 12, Maddie Brimhall. And Maddie Brimhall, on a breakaway, beats Abby Massman, low blocker, and a beautiful goal. So 3-3 is a score at this time. So 3-3 is our score as we look to this next period. We'll be back after more here, a break here again. And again, our Minnesota Motor period break continues. Minnesota Motor Company on South Pebble Lake Road. Right now, it's 3-3 here from Sartell.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Hey, we're back here. 3-3 is our score on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Otters getting goals tonight thus far from Brindley Harris, her first of the year. Brindley Scholl, her first of the year. And then Maddie Brimhall, second of the year, as she ties it up here with 2 minutes left in the period. And again, the Otters with one power play goal. Each team with one penalty apiece. That's it thus far, but the Otters capitalize on their one penalty on two penalties on Sartell, so the Otters are 1 for 2 on the power play. A reminder that Friday night, come on out to the Fergus Falls Community Ice Arena as the Otters host the Moorhead Spuds. That game will be on Channel 977 and also streamed on the Fergus Now app and also on the KBRF YouTube channel. That's a 7 o'clock start, 6:45 pregame. The Lady Otter basketball team, they'll get it going against Moorhead on Thursday, November 20th. Jason Retzlaff will have that one for you. Radio coverage on 977, 7:15 tip-off, 7 o'clock pregame show also on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel. So we got a lot of action coming up as the winter sports schedule is upon us. So looking forward to covering these games, and we have a lot of great announcers. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about Bob Roars and Jason and Brad Anderson, Jason Retzlaff and those guys. But a lot of fun. So we'll take another break, and we'll come back with the puck drop here on the third period. Again, 3-3 is our score.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Hey, we're back, and that concludes our Minnesota Motor period break. Otters are back out on the ice. And again, 3-3 is our score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. And again, we got a fresh sheet of ice, and we're ready to go here. They run with dueling Zambonis here. They got 2 Zams going, so yeah, kind of like big time, huh? So 3-3 is our score here. Again, Otters really carried the play last 7 minutes of the second period. I mean, like really carried it. Let's see if we can carry that over to period number 3. And so again, the JV tonight ties 4-4. They get a game-tying goal late in the game. 5.7 seconds left as Mora Franzen puts one in the back of the net. That was exciting. That was a super fun, super fun game. A lot of excitement. And so the Otters will go with Hannah Johnson, Ashlyn Wohlers, and Aubrey Nelson, Brindley Harris, and Rachel DeBrito. Again, LSM has been good in net. Again, we don't have shot totals as there's no shots up on the board, nor can you hear them announce them between periods. I'm literally about 5 feet from the top of the corrugated metal ceiling here, so it's super hard to hear. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Lila Torberg. Otters going to win the draw. Goes to Brindley Harris, out of DeBrito. Back towards Brindley Harris, played in by the Storm & Sabres. Hannah will pick it up. She'll go up the left side. She'll chip it in, and Otters will go to work. Ashlyn Wohlers will try to scoop it up along the board. Swanson gets it, though. Here's Abby Swanson, who had the first goal of the game off the opening faceoff. Faith Torberg will play it in behind goaltender Sem. DeBrito will go pick it up. Try to get over to Wohlers. Wohlers tried to play it along the boards. Rachel trying to tap it out of there. Hannah Johnson comes in to help. Rachel with a good stick. Gets it out to Wohlers. Here's Ashlyn up the right side. Ashlyn with it, walks in, sends a shot. It goes over the top of the net. Good back check, though, by Sienna Clark. And Ashlyn put it over the top of the net. And Otters will change lines here. Avery Tonneson, Brindley Scholl, and Maddie Brimhall. And Shea Katzenmeyer and Kenzie Zender. Here comes the Otter face-off to the left of Massman, the goaltender. It's won by Storm & Sabres. We had an icing call. An icing call against the Storm & Sabres. They'll bring it back about 185 feet or so. And the face-off will be to the left of Massman. 3-3 is our score. 16-12 to go in period number 3. On the draw, it's going to be won by the Storm & Sabres. Played along the wall by Schlecht, came over to the near side, but Maddie Brimhall is there. She'll play down behind the goal line. Umbig tries to play it out, and then it's sent back in by Katzenmeyer. Otter's got to check back up. Out to neutral. Good poke check that time there by the Otters. Katzenmeyer to Scholl. Pass was behind, sent in. Katie Berger will hustle back after it. Some physical play along the boards. Brindley Scholl will pick it up. Out to neutral it goes to Avery Tonneson. Avery up the left side will send it in, and she'll get off. Otters going to change. Anna Sim comes on. Ella Dirkman as well. Puck out to neutral. Brindley Harris with good neutral zone coverage there. And away with the puck. Here comes the Storm & Sabres. Shot and a save made off the stick of Giselle Grams onto the stick of Ella Sem. And just to know that Grams has a very, very hard shot. And a good job by Sem sending that one up into the netting. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here against Caitlin Lindberg. 3-3 is our score. Otters are going to win the draw. Here's Brindley Scholl behind the net. Near side to Aubrey Nelson. Now to Hannah. Off her skates. Going to go into the zone. Somebody fell down, though. And the goaltender comes out to play it. Ashlyn Wohlers trying to find Hannah in front as Massman came out to play it. Hannah along the boards. Escapes through traffic. Now to Hess. Hess tried to get it to Johnson, but it was checked out of there. Good job by Ashlyn Hess. And the Storm & Sabres are going to ice it, and it's going to come on goal, though. Turn and burn. Here's Rachel DeBrito. Rachel tried to get it out, kind of fanned on the clearing attempt. Rach now to Hannah. Hannah makes a move along the boards. Johnson up the right side. She'll dump it in. And we got a change here for the Otters. Avery Tonneson, Maddie Brimhall, and Brindley Scholl. 3-3 is our score with 14:23 to play. Here comes Avery Tonneson. Avery over the line, walks in, shot, and a save made. Good hard shot as Avery came in over the line. She's a right-handed shot, get into the high slot, tried to go 5-hole, and Massman makes the save. Here comes the draw. Brindley Show on the face-off here for the Otters. Otters are going to control the draw. Kinsey Zender sends it into the corner. After it defensively there is Clark. And now they're going to try to move it out. Here's Schlecht with a puck. And they'll play D to D. Cat and mouse in the corner. Otters after it. Brindley Show will kick it down to Avery Tonneson. Try to clear it out of there. Otters got to just make smart plays here. Good back check here by Maddie Brimhall, though. Good job by Maddie. Here's Shea Katzenmeyer. Shea in the corner. Pulls it back. Good puck protection. Katzo had it poke checked away. Picked up by Torberg. Now Maddie Brimhall behind the net. Maddie sends it out to the wing. And it's picked up by Schlecht. Here's Schlecht. She'll send one on net. Over to the far corner. Avery Tonneson trying to get it out of there. A little push here by Sartell Sauk Rapids Rice. A couple of Otters, a couple of Storm and Sabres over there. Brindley Shoal trying to get after it there along with Avery Tonneson. Avery gets it out of the zone, and Otters will change lines. Storm and Sabres send it in, but that's going to be an icing call. And goaltender Sim got on top of it. It was coming, would have been an icing call, but it'll be stay in the Otters zone. It's a tough call when it's coming at an angle like that. Caromed off the boards, and it was coming to the side of the net. Here's Anna Sim on the draw against Cameron Lane. Rachel DeBrito. Otters win the draw. She'll play it behind Sim, Anna Sim. Ella Dirkman tried to move it out. DeBrito comes back in. Battle in the corner. In comes Anna Sim. Some bodies bouncing and banging down there. Good physical play. Puck out into the slot. Brindley Harris settles it down. Comes over to the near side. Picked up by Anna Sim. She'll skate it up the left side. Comes out to neutral. Now they'll play it back, a little regroup here for the Storm and Sabres. They'll carry them along the boards. Now DeBrito with it. Plays along the boards. Pops out. Near side. Hannah Johnson is on. Here's DeBrito. Has Wohlers up the right side with Hannah Johnson. Wohlers up the right side. Poke checked away. Picked up, though, by Katie Berggren. Her shot missed left of the net. Otters with a push there. Now Hannah will pick it up. Hannah walks in on goal. Oh, had a poke checked away. Battling down in the, still with the puck. Along the boards. Otters good with a good push here once again. Puck sent in on goal. Massman doesn't know what to do with it. She'll get on top of that one. The Otters putting some pressure on here. Gotta like it. Gotta love it. So 3-3 is our score. 11:58 to play in the hockey game. And the face-off will be to the glove side of Abby Massman, junior goaltender. And the Otters are going to lose the draw. It's going to come out to neutral ice. Kinsey Zender had it in her skates. Good back check that time. And we're going to have a penalty here on the Otters. I believe it's going to be on Zender. So the Otters get their first penalty of the hockey game. Actually going to call it on Hannah Johnson, a tripping call. Time of this penalty comes at 5:01. Johnson for tripping. Otters on the penalty kill. Ashton Wohlers, Aubrey Nelson, Rachel DeBrito, and Shea Katzenmeyer. Face off. It's won by the Storm and Sabres over to the far side. Otters pretty aggressive here on the penalty kill. Faith Torberg sends it out high, and it's going to get out of the zone. And it's going to be picked up by Gisela Grams. So Otters on the penalty kill here. Johnson called for a trip. Abby Swanson gives it off there to Faith Torberg at neutral ice. Good pressure by Aubrey Nelson. Now Swanson's going to gain entry. Swanson over the line. Swanson coming in behind the net. Swanson with a puck. She had the game's first goal. Swanson backhand over to the far side to Faith Torberg. Torberg with a slap shot. Pad blocker save made that time by Sem. DeBrito battling behind the net. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson. Good job by Aubrey Nelson. Got a stick on it. And then Wohlers with a steal, and she'll clear it. Great job there by Ashton Wohlers, Aubrey Nelson, Shea Katzenmeyer, and DeBrito. 56 seconds left in the one-man advantage for the Storm and Sabres. They'll play it now to Lila Torberg. Up the left side, Lila Torberg drops it there. Picked up by Avery Tonneson, and she'll backhand it. And back after it is Gisela Grams. Grams behind goaltender Massman. Along the left dot. Here's Grams up the left side. She's got a really hard shot. Bothered there by Zender. Walks in, sends a shot left of the net. That's going to go all the way down to the other end of the ice. 26 seconds left in the power play opportunity here for Sartell. Otters on the penalty kill. Aubrey Nelson, Ashton Wohlers, DeBrito, and Brindley Harris. Over the line, Faith Torberg to the left side to Lila Torberg. Blocked by DeBrito. Comes over, tap forward. Aubrey Nelson might have a breakaway. Aubrey up the left side. Nelson walking in, looking for a wraparound. Nope, she'll carry it around. Didn't get a shot off. Otters are going to kill it off, and Hannah Johnson joins her line mates here. Puck over to the far side. Out to neutral. Battle for it. Hannah Johnson with a good stick. Swanson. Puck behind the net, picked up by Hannah. Here's Johnson with a puck now. She's going to skate it up the left side. She'll gain the line. Johnson still on the puck. Sends it back behind the goal. 9:21 to play in the hockey game. We're tied 3-3. Swanson plays out to neutral. Katzenmeyer will pick it up. Turn and burn. Here's Shea with it now. She dumps it in. Otters had numbers there. Picked up there by Omvig. Battle along the far half wall. Maddie Brimhall, Avery Tonneson, and Brindley Scholon. Defensively, Zender and Katzenmeyer. And we're going to get an icing call here against Sartell. So the Otters kill the penalty off here now with under 9 minutes to play, 8:54 to be precise. We're tied 3-3 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. So 3-3 is the score here as Brindley Scholl will take the draw. Maddie Brimhall on the left, Avery Tonneson on the right. Sartell's going to win the draw, but it's kept in by Brindley Harris. She'll send it into the corner. Picked up, though, by Brindley Scholl. Out to Harris. Harris sends it back down. Tried to get it to Tonneson, but it's picked off by Sartell. But Maddie Brimhall is there. Maddie has a goal in the game. The other goal is coming from Brindley Scholl and Brindley Harris. Otters trying to center it. Goes over the far side. Brindley Harris are going after it. Brindley Harris below the goal line. Checked up along the boards. 3-3 is our score. 8:20 to play in the hockey game. Brindley Scholl skated back now. Brindley will backhand it, but not in. Aubrey Nelson taps it over the line. Here's Aubrey up the right side. Going after it hard. Brindley Scholl after it. And the puck picked up, and Gisela Grams will skate it up. Gisela Grams, she got a hard shot. Walks in, sends a shot over the top of the net. Aubrey Nelson to Ashton Wohlers. Pops off her stick. Hannah Johnson is on. Puck sent, picked up here now by Kinsey Zender. Now to Hannah. Hannah might have a breakaway opportunity. Hannah Johnson walks in. Shot. Oh, and a save made. Went to the backhand. Hannah gets it back, though. Another shot. That's going to be blocked. Hannah went to the backhand there. Katzenmeyer lays one towards the net. Kept in, though. Here's Katie Berggren. Katie will play it forward. Katie ahead to Hannah. Trying to find Ashton Wohlers. Ashton out to the point to Katzenmeyer. Kinsey Zender loads. That's going to be hot off the back of the net. Otters got pressure once again. Here's Katzenmeyer once again. Tried to get over. Now Hannah Johnson picks it up in the corner. Hannah with it. Makes a move in traffic. Still on the puck. Katie Berggren with a shot. Now Hannah in the corner. Going to pull it back out. Battling. Tried to get into the slot. And now Swanson has it poke checked away. That's going to be picked up here now by Zender. Otters going to go on the attack once again. And we're going to get a change here. Good attack that time for the Otters. And an icing call. Once again, the Otters looking good here. 3-3 is the score. Good pressure by Fergus Falls. Massman coming up with some big saves. Face-off will be in the Otter offensive zone. Brindley Scholl, Maddie Brimhall, Avery Tonneson, Rachel DeBrito, and Brindley Harris. 6:49 to play in the hockey game. We're tied 3-3. Face-off won by Sartell, played but not out. DeBrito plays along the boards. Maddie Brimhall with it, strong on the boards. Maddie trying to clear some space. Brindley Scholl comes in and gets it. Good stick by Tonneson. Now here comes Sartell. Up the right side, that's Faith Torberg. Faith Torberg, bothered there by DeBrito. Good poke check by DeBrito, back to Faith Torberg. Good stick that time by Tonneson. And here comes Rachel DeBrito. We know she's got good speed. Rachel up the right side. Low shot. Good shot, though. It's directed into the corner. 3-3 again is our score here. Pops out to neutral ice. Now DeBrito will gain the red line and send it in. And it's tapped there before it goes back to the half wall. McCormack plays out along the boards. Otters buzzing here. 5:56 to play. Puck is going to come into the side of the net. Stopped there by goaltender Ella Sem. Katzenmeyer to Anna Sem. Forward pass now to Ella Dirkman. Ella walks in, sends one on net. And the save is made there by the goaltender, Abby Massman. 5:42 to play in the hockey game. 3-3 is our score here on the Park Region scoreboard. Again, this is a section game. Section 6A. Again, St. Cloud and Sartell joining the section. Prairie Center and Northern Lakes in the section as well. Battle along the boards. Been a good hockey game. Here comes Anna Sem. Anna sends one there. Wide left of the net. Katie Berggren after it behind the net. Puck picked up now by Lane. Plays over to the far boards. Ella Dirkman will send it back behind the net. Comes out towards the point. Kenzie Zender will send it back in. Otters are going to change here as Aubrey Nelson, Hannah Johnson, or as Wohlers and Nelson come on. Puck to the near side. Aubrey picks. Good job by Aubrey. Aubrey walking near side. Shot there. Goes around the boards. Hannah Johnson joins her line mates. Puck sent along to Wohlers. Wohlers backhands it into the slot. Here's Hannah in the corner. Comes up with it. Tried to get it to Wohlers. Wohlers in her skates. Has a backhand shot. Aubrey Nelson rips one. Oh! Hannah Johnson with a shot, but is blocked out front. Here's Hannah with it now. On the near half wall. Otters with good pressure. Good stick by Aubrey. Here's Aubrey Nelson. He's got people out front. Had a couple players out front. Wohlers and Johnson were standing out front. Good play by Aubrey, though. Otters got the pressure on right now. Near boards. Good sticks by the Otters. Here's Aubrey Nelson walking in. Low shot on the ice. Both teams are tired. Hannah sends it over to Wohlers. Swanson is there. Otters keep the pressure on. Comes out to Harris. Here's Brindley Harris. Picked up near half wall. Wohlers couldn't quite get it. Both teams have been out there a long time. Down to 3:57 to play in the period. And then the Storm and Sabres ice the puck. Good pressure here by Fergus Falls. 3-3 is a score. Timeout. Our timeout brought to us by Lake Region Healthcare. Sartell wants a timeout. Take a quick one and come back with more. 3-3 is our score.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Serving you best.
Hey, we're back here again. Lake Region Healthcare brings us our timeout as Sartell took a timeout to talk things over. 3:50 to play in the hockey game. We'll get a draw on the Otter offensive zone. Otters have really sustained a lot of pressure here against Sartell here, going back to about the last 7 minutes of the second period. And so the faceoff will be to the right of the goaltender, Abby Massman. So here we go. Maddie Brimhall will take the draw. Otters are going to control the draw. Comes out to Shea Katzenmeyer. Shea down to Maddie, goes behind the net over the far side. Avery Tonneson is there. Played back behind the net by Kinsey Zender. Faith Torberg now will pull it back. They're trying to get a clean exit. Good job by Brindley Scholl and Maddie Brimhall to keep the puck down deep. Brindley Scholl on the forecheck. Against Schlecht over to the far side. Out to neutral ice to Faith Torberg. There's Faith Torberg up the right side. Kicks it forward through traffic. Good defensive play by Katzenmeyer. And Maddie Brimhall and Katz send it over. Brindley Scholl, Avery Tonneson. Avery up the right side. On comes Hannah Johnson. Avery down in the corner. Sends one around the net. It's going to ring the board. It's going to pop out the neutral ice. Aubrey Nelson goes back after it. Here's Aubrey. She'll get a full head of steam. Aubrey up the near side. Still with the puck. Aubrey's going to get it deep. Otters go on the forecheck. 2:49 to play in the hockey game. 3-3 is our score. Ashton Wohlers overskated the puck a little. Hannah picks it up. Hannah working through traffic. Still with the puck. Walks in with the puck. Shot. Just missed left of the net. Hannah made a good hard move to the net. Puck pops out now to neutral ice. Up the near side with it now. Come the Storm and Sabres. Brindley Harris doing good defensively. Still with the puck now. Here is Steinberg. Comes out to the point. Shot in traffic. Kicked out of there by the Otters goaltender LSM. Along the near boards. Ashton Wohlers is battling there. 2:12 to play in the hockey game. Otters sent the puck out to neutral ice now. It's going to go to neutral here with 2:05 to play. Schlecht with the puck. Along the near boards. Plays up on the right side. Good job that time by Tonneson. Now to Hannah Johnson. Pops out. Tawny's going to pick it up. Here's Avery Tonneson, who's going to be the hero tonight. Avery gains the line. Up the right side. Still with it. Avery with the puck behind the net. Being bothered there in the corner. Gets it out to Katzenmeyer. Shea sends one. Low on the ice. Maddie Brimhall puts it out front. Comes to Zender. Zender's shot is blocked. 1:33 to play. We're tied 3-3. Here comes a 2-on-1. Swanson walks in. Shot hits the pipe. Oh, my. Swanson puts one on net. And we get a piper on the instant replay. She came up. It was a 2-on-1. Elected to take the shot. And that rang and that clanged off the pipe, and it goes up and out of play. 1:25 to play. Hannah Johnson will take the draw here for the Otters. Right below us here, left of on the glove side of Anna Sim. Otters going to win the draw. Aubrey Nelson up the left side. Aubrey with a good move. Has Ashton Wohlers with her. Aubrey walks in, sends it over to Wohlers, but a good defensive play. They send it out front. Pops through. Harris will play it behind the goal line. Here's Johnson with a puck below the goal line. Still with it. Poke checked away. Sent back out to Brindley Harris. Harris over to DeBrito. One-timer. Pad save made. Aubrey Nelson was there for the rebound that's tapped out to neutral ice. Otters will check back up. Have to get onside. Should have just did a little regroup there, but we gave it right back to Sartell. Sartell, left side. And the puck goes into the Otters zone here. Brindley Harris with it now. Pass out to neutral. Who's going to get it? Sartell with it. Sartell will play it over the line. Here comes Sartell up the left side. Shot there and a save made by Anna Sem with 30.7 seconds to go here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. 3-3 is our score. So we're tied 3-3. We got 30.7 seconds to go. Here's Scholl on the face-off. It's the right of LSM. And the Otters are going to win the draw. Good job by Katzenmeyer up the right side, but poke checked away. Back the other direction is Grace Steele. She sends it in over the line. LSM will stop it there and sweep it off for Kinsey Zender. Kinsey being bothered here right below us here. Comes out to the near side, comes to the point. Maddie Brimhall to the right side, picked up by Brindley Scholl. Oh, Brindley had it poke checked away, but she gets it back. Brindley still on the puck, sends it in on goal with 2.3 seconds left as Massman makes the save. And we might be heading to overtime. Wow. 1-1 after 1, 3-3 after 2. No goal scored here in this period. And here comes Avery Tonneson to take the draw for Fergus Falls. with 2.3 seconds to go. So 2.3 seconds to go here. Tonneson on the draw towards the goal. And that is the end of regulation. 3-3 is a score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. We'll take a short break and come back with the overtime.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Serving you best.
Hey, we're back here. 3-3 is our score. Sartell made it 1-0 to start the game out. Swanson with their fourth of the year from Lila Torberg. And then Fergus Falls answered, made it 1-1. First of the year for Brindley Harris, assisted by Avery Tonneson and also by Brindley Scholl. And then Sartell, they get two in a row. One by number 22, Gisela Grams. That was at 3:06 of the period. Then Sartell answers 43 seconds later. Second of the year for Lila Torberg, and that was assisted by Faith Torberg and Abigail Swanson. Made it 3-1. Then the Otters get two back at 5:26 of the second period. Brindley Scholl's first of the year, assisted by Kinsey Zender and Maddie Brimhall. That was a power play goal. And then at 15 minutes of the period, it's the second of the year for Maddie Brimhall, and an assist going to Rachel DeBrito. So 3-3 is our score as we look forward to the start of this overtime. And again, first overtime game for both of these teams. And again, it's been since midway, I'd say midway through the second period, the Otters have really owned this game. They gave up that quick one to start the game out. And since then, they've got down 3-1, but really battled back in this one. So we shall see. Looking forward to this next overtime here. And I get a little nervous up here in overtime, but there's nothing I can do up here about it. But again, in our post-game show, we'll name our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And again, want to remind you that Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. All right, here we go. Otters are going to get back out on the ice. LSM has played an excellent game tonight, as has Abby Massman, both goaltenders. Otters will be shooting offensively right below me here. I'm in the corner of the rink, high above the stairway here. So Hannah Johnson will face it off here against Lila Torberg. And face-offs are so important at every level. And this time the Otters are going to hopefully win the draw here. It's kind of a tapped out of there. Hannah Johnson will send it in. Otters will go to work. Hannah will go on the forecheck. Back down in the corner. And Ashton Wohlers gets a stick on that one. Swanson will pick it up. She'll send it into the Otter zone. It goes behind Sem or to the far side. Picked up there by, here's Hannah Johnson with it now. Hannah Johnson, right side pass to Wohlers. Wohlers sends it towards the net. Now behind the net and away with it. Look out for 22. Graham, she's going to skate it up. Headman pass now to Faith Torberg. Comes off of her stick. Torberg gets it back. Grahams gets it back. Sartell with the puck in the Otter zone. 7:11 to play. It's an 8-minute overtime. There's a quick shot. Goes wide left of the net. Battle for the puck along the near half wall. Comes out near side. Puck through traffic. Goes behind the net. Picked up by the Storm and Sabres to the near side to Swanson. And good job there by Wohlers as she relieves pressure here with 6:52 to play in the overtime and a 3-3 tie. So the Otter draw will be in the Otter defensive zone to the blocker side of LSM. And Brinley Scholl against Lindbergh here. Draw is going to be won by Sartell. Back along the boards. Brinley Scholl is going to scoop it out of there. Gets it forward to Tonneson. Here's Avery. Now to Maddie Brimhall. See if they can gain the line here. They do, but Swanson back the other direction. Swanson up the right side. Swanson driven into the far boards there by Brinley Scholl. Good angle that time by Katzenmeyer. Tried to get out to Maddie Brimhall. Schlecht is there. Maddie sends it forward. 6:19 to play in the overtime. Now behind the net. Good job by Tonneson. Good stick by Scholl. Good job by Brinley. It comes into Schlecht, the defenseman. And now Sartell will skate it out, but it's tapped forward. Great play there by Aubrey Nelson. Aubrey at the blue line. Hannah Johnson comes on. Aubrey sends it out to Hannah. Hannah with the backhand. She had to get it on her backhand. Couldn't get a shot off. Right side, DeBrito winds. There's a goal! Right to DeBrito with the overtime winner. 2:11 into the period. DeBrito. And it's 4-3 Otters. They win it here. Wow. DeBrito took a pass, and I don't know if it was Brindley Harris and possibly Hannah Johnson on the assist, but it is a 4-3 win. DeBrito, and that is 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the overtime. Rachel with a clapper, her first here. That's a slap shot. Otters win it 4-3, and a big road win here tonight to go to 2-1. That one-timer, and she's been shooting pucks in the Swan Lake Garage, no question about that. The Otters win it here. We'll come back with our post-game show, and we'll have that after this timeout. You're listening to Otter Hockey on Channel 977, also streaming on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number? We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Hey, we're back here. The Otters win it here by a score of 4-3 at 2:11 of the overtime. Rachel DeBrito, first of the year. And don't know for sure on the assist, but I think it was Brindley Harris and Hannah Johnson. But nonetheless, DeBrito, they slid it across east-west, and Rachel the one-timer, and she beats Abby Massman, the goalie. Our post-game show begins right now, and I'm going to recap the scoring at this time. We'll hear from head coach Isaac Vattenstall in just a couple of minutes here. But Sartell, they get on the board early, and it was 5 seconds into the game, and it was the 4th of the year for number 33, Abby Swanson, and that was assisted by number 3, Lila Torberg, made it 1-0. Then the Otters answer at 11:07 of the period, and it is the first of the year for Brindley Harris, and it was assisted by Avery Tonneson and also by Brindley Scholl. 1-1 after one, and Sartell, they rattle off 2 straight, one at 3:06 of the period, and it's the 5th of the year for number 22, Gisela Grams. That was just a bomb of a shot, a slap shot. It was a hard shot. Made it 2-1, and then Sartell at 3:49 scores 43 seconds later, 2nd of the year for Lila Torberg, assisted by Faith Torberg and number 33, Abby Swanson. So 3-1 is the score at this time, and then the Otters answer on a power play goal at 5:26 of the second period, 1st of the year for Brindley Scholl, and that was assisted by Maddie Brimhall and Kinsey Zender. That was a power play goal. And then Fergus Falls ties it up with 2 minutes left in the second period, and it is the 2nd of the year for Maddie Brimhall, assisted by Rachel DeBrito. So 3-3 is our score. We play another 17 minutes, no scoring. We go to overtime, and the Otters score on a one-timer from Rachel DeBrito, and it was the 1st of the year for Rachel, and that was assisted by Harris and Johnson. We don't know for sure on all the assists there, but we'll get the official score sheet. Just can't hear a thing in here. But a really good game. I do not have shots on goal for you, but tune in or check out Craig Olson Sports when we get the final in off the official score sheet. We'll know exactly how everything shook down. But it was a great team victory here for the Otters here tonight. We'll take another short break, and we'll come back, and we'll hear from Otter head coach Isaac Vattenstall.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Mark Johnson back with you. The Otters win it in overtime, 4-3, prove their record to 2-1 on the season. And again, with the resectioning every 2 years, this is a big section game for Sartell. So I'm still on the air. So we'll head coach Vattenstall here in just a minute. But again, the Otters getting 4 of them tonight, 4 goals, 1 from Brindley Scholl, 1 from Maddie Brimhall, 1 from Brindley Harris, and then also 1 from Rachel DeBrito from the point. Man, you put pucks on net. Rachel's got a hard shot, and that was really, really fun to see. She puts it in the back of the net. Again, Coach Vattenstall will be up here in just a second, and then following that, we'll name our Toyota Quality Player of the Game. Reminder, Friday night, the Otters will take on Wayzata at home. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop, 6:45 pregame show. Come on out and cheer on the Lady Otters here at the Fergus Falls Community Ice Arena. The Otters boys will get it going Saturday as they travel down to Marshall to take on the Marshall Tigers. So it's here now. We're rolling, and we're in full swing here. But we're looking forward to bringing a lot of action. And again, a little apology tonight on the video quality. Just it's different arenas. It's new this year, and just sometimes we've been trying to get the proper Wi-Fi and the connections here to make things go like they should. But the Otters, again, with a 4-3 overtime win. You know what we're going to do right now? We're going to name our quality player of the game before Coach comes up, before Coach Vattenstall comes up. And I'm going to give you a guess tonight. We had some really good performances here tonight by all the Otters, but boy, Rachel DeBrito with a one-timer, her first of the year. She assisted on the game-tying goal and gets the winning goal here tonight, 4-3. So Rachel DeBrito is our quality player of the game. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source. For personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories, go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. Take one more break, and we'll come back, and we'll talk to...
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express, next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Serving you best.
Mark Johnson back with you as our post-game show continues. Again, the Otters win it by a score of 4-3. And again, Sartell got up 1-0. The Otters tied it up 1-1, and that Brindley Harris. Again, a shout out to Brindley, her first varsity goal. And then Sartell gets a pair of goals back, and at that time we could have kind of folded, but we did not, as the Otters answer with a power play goal by Brindley Scholl, and then a big play by Maddie Brimhall, tying it up 3-3. Then Rachel Brito getting the game winner here, making the score 4-3. So really a good effort, and again, a team effort here all the way around. And really, turning point of the game in my estimation is midway through the second period. That last 6.5, 7 minutes of that second period, the Otters just owned Sartell. I mean, they were just really playing well in that. So, and then the Brindley Scholl goal, and then the goal by Maddie Brimhall was huge, and then DeBrito on the one-timer. We've seen that before. It's been fun watching these guys do that. Again, still waiting for Isaac Vodenstal to hit up here. And, again, the Lady Otters will take on Wayzata on Friday and then be home again next week, next Tuesday as well. I believe that's Alexandria. So Otter Girls basketball, they open up against Moorhead on Thursday. So we're into it now. And don't forget to tune in to Craig Olson on Craig Olson Sports on and his website, and also on our late media stations. Joined by Coach Vodenstal here, and he came up here just calm, cool, and collected, just like another win. But what a team effort here tonight. You know, when I go back to the midway through the second period, it seems like that was really a turning point in the game. But we get Brindley Harris gets her first goal in the first period, 1-1, and then we get down 3-1, and we didn't roll over, did we?
No, we kept pressing, and it was fun to see that. You know, we work in practice to not give up and just keep going, and our legs, they're tired in practice, but it works well for in the game when you start wearing the other team down.
Yeah, no question about that. And it was good to get that power play goal, you know, and that was just a tough goal right in the slot of a couple shots and a rebound.
Yeah, we started, I mean, that goalie was big. So you either had to get traffic in front and get those dirty goals, or you had to move her. And, you know, I think that was kind of the exact that happened. You just got a shot, dirty goal, stayed there for the rebound, didn't go away, and it went in. It was nice.
And then Maddie Brimhall goes low blocker. You know, it's a tough one to stop, but Rachel finds her, and that was huge, wasn't it? That really lifted us.
Yeah, that was big one. And not only that, but the effort. You know, the shift before, she had a fantastic back check on 22, and then she came back that next shift, and she won the race and won the battle to that puck, and Tani got it back out, and it was just fun to see that, right? And then she finished it. It's always nice when you can finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we really had a lot of pressure on Sartell. You know, I don't have shots up here. I couldn't hear the announcers, but we really had a lot of pressure, and the first line had a lot of opportunities too and put pressure on. We wore them down. The third line played well too, and it was really a team effort that way.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, we were running 1, 2, 3 all the way through. We tightened it up a little bit towards the end just to try to get a little bit of momentum. And the thing that was nice to see is they just kept going. You know, 30, 45-second shifts off going again, going hard, and the line that we were using is that we're made for this and we're ready for this, and this is why we do what we do in practice. So it was fun to see.
A lot of fight in this Otter team. And then, just our blue line, too, just Shea Katzenmeyer and Brindley Harris got her first varsity goal, and Rachel, and then Kinsey. But just talk about that one-timer. I've seen it quite a few times. You've probably seen it, too, but Rachel shot a lot of pucks in the garage on Swan Lake.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I loved about that, too, just like, talking about Brimhall's goal, is the setup, right? Moving that puck and making sure we keep possession and making sure that we can anticipate that play and moving that thing over. And, man, that was a great shot. It was a great shot, traffic in front. It's fun to see it, especially when you have the angle from the bench where you can see it going straight in. You could tell it was going in when it was halfway there. So it was cool.
Yeah, and then a shout out to Anna Sem, too. She really played well on that tonight.
Oh, it was a great game. And, trying to get her to stay big, stay up, stay aggressive. She's really quick on that second shot. And I thought she did a great job for the amount of shots that she saw. But I also think it's an testament, just like you said, for the entire team. Keeping to the outside, doing well, angling, good back checking. It makes it a lot easier for the goaltenders, and they tell you that too.
Yeah, and again, I've watched it a lot, but this team doesn't give up, and it sure is nice to get an overtime win.
Oh, it was wonderful, and like I told the girls right after the game, this is just the beginning, hopefully. So, yeah.
Right. Thanks a lot, Isaac. We'll turn our sights towards where he's at, but good game.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, Isaac Vattenstall, first-year coach for the Otters. They win it 4-3 in overtime. It's a lot better bus ride home when you win. Practice is a lot funner. It's always fun, but what a great game tonight. But a good win for the Otters. And, again, we'll have Otter hockey on Friday night as the Trojans come to town. And then we'll keep things rolling here into next week, too. But thanks to Billy Lammers, our game side engineer. That'll do it for me, Mark Johnson. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Sports video streaming presentation. Today's game is brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. The Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, FM Bank, Service Food, Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30 of Fergus Falls, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches Embroidery. We hope you enjoyed this KBRF video sports streaming presentation. You can see this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com, clicking on sports streaming, the KBRF Radio YouTube page, and on the Fergus Now app.